So far, we've learned how to use loops, but sometimes we want to stop the loop early, skip certain iterations, or simply leave a placeholder for future code. That's where loop control statements come in. In this video, we'll learn break, continue, and pass. Let's jump right into VS Code. The break statement. The break statement immediately stops a loop. So let's say I have for I in range 10. If I say print I, it means I'm printing values 0, 1, 2, 3, all the way to 9. But let's say I just wanted to stop the loop at the end of the first iteration. I could say break. What happens is, once I print I the first time, which is 0, I break the loop, which is I end the loop. Now we'll see how important this break statement is. We could decide to print just the first 5 letters in the range. So in that case, we would use an if statement. If I probably equals maybe 4 or something, break. So it's going to break once I becomes equal to 4. So let's hit run and let's see what happens. I now have 0, 1, 2, 3, and 4. When Python reaches 4, it exits the loop completely. So break tells Python to stop the loop at that point. Another thing we can look at is the continue. Continue is another statement which doesn't stop the loop. Instead, it skips the current iteration and moves to the next one. So let's say we had for I in range 1, 6. So let's just make it a single I. And I want to say if I is equal to 3, continue, else print I. So it means I want to print all numbers in the range but 3. All numbers but 3. So let's say if I is equal to 3, continue, else, not else, print I. Now, for I in range 1 to 6, initially I is 1. Is I equal to 3? No. So I print 1. I becomes 2, I print 2. I becomes 3. Now I is equal to 3, so continue. Continue simply means skip the current iteration and move to the next. So once I hit continue, I forget about whatever is below continue. So I don't print I. Once I hit continue, I skip the print statement and begin where I equals 4. Now let's print my outputs so that you can understand it better. I have 1, 2, 4, and 5. What happened is, initially when I was 1, I printed I. I became 2, I printed 2. Now I is 3. So this statement is true. So I hit continue. Now continue stops me from moving downwards, but instead it makes me go back to the for loop to begin the next iteration, which is I equals 4. Another thing we'll talk about is the pass. Pass simply does nothing. It's a placeholder. So let's say I'm writing a code and I know that when I is equal to 3, I want to execute something. But then at the time of writing the code, I don't know yet what to execute. Then I write pass. So pass simply means whenever I is equal to 3, just skip, just continue. So if I'm to print this, I is 1, I'll print 1, I is 2, I'll print 2, I is 3. Now if I is equal to 3, pass. It means I don't know what to do. Just continue with whatever you have down there. So it's going to print 3. So if I hit run, I'm going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Alright, so a quick comparison. We talked about break. Break stops the loop. Continue. Continue skips one iteration and begins with the next. And then pass does nothing. Pause the video and try this. Write a loop that prints the numbers from 1 to 10, but skips all numbers which are multiples of 5. Alright, so I say for I in range, I want a range from 1 to 10. So I'm going to say 1 to 11 because I want 10 to be included. Now I have to check the criteria for a number to be qualified as a multiple of 5. So I say if the number, which is I, percent 5 equals 0, then continue. Else, not else, but then print I. So if I clear my terminal and I run this, I'm going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9. All numbers which are within the range but then are multiples of 5 are excluded. Let me give you a real life example. Suppose we are checking numbers and we want to stop once we find a 7. So we keep on looping through the numbers until we find a 7. So once we find a 7, we hit break. It means stop the loop. So today we learned 3 loop control statements. We learned that break stops the loop, continue skips the current iteration, pass does nothing, and acts as a placeholder. Mastering these 3 statements gives you much more control over how loops behave. If you found this video helpful, subscribe now because in the next video, we are diving deeper into Python and building even more interesting programs. Thanks for watching and please help my journey by subscribing to this channel. I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.